Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
The Buckeyes take down the Fighting Irish to win the Natty. The Buckeyes beat the Fighting Irish 34-23 to win the inaugural 12-team college football playoff. It's their first national championship since they won the first one, didn't they? Yeah, they won the first one, the 14 playoff in 2014. And so history repeated itself. They won the inaugural, this one. Total yards, Ohio State 445, Notre Dame 291. Total rush yards, Ohio State 214, Notre Dame 53. Passing yards, Will Howard was 17 of 21, 231. 2 touchdowns, no interception. Riley Leonard was 20 of 30, 238, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Ryan Day now has as many national titles, and Ohio State is Dren Tressel and Urban Meyer. 45-year-old Day is now 70-10, and I think he has the third best winning percentage of somebody in the first minimum of 50 games, 50 games. He's done that, so he's had an impressive run, and now after all those wins and all those guys that he sent to the NFL, guess what? He has a national title. He finally had one. Ocho, watching this game, I saw you tweet like, hey, can we start Nightcap early? What were you thinking? I mean, you saw it. I mean, Notre Dame go right down the field, Ocho. They take 10 minutes off the clock, and they get a touchdown. So now you're like, okay, we might have a ball game.
Well, listen, I thought we were going to have a ball game, but I had to think about, obviously, there were no adjustments that were able to be made by Ohio State. The game on both sides of the ball, nobody had settled in yet. So it's the first drive. Normally, when it comes to an NFL game, a college game, even a high school game, most of the time, the first drive of the game, you go down and score. If you're a good team, if you're a decent team, go down and score, and then adjustments are made going into the second drive, and outside of that, and then actual football game happens itself. It looked like to me at the point I sent the tweet out, it looked like Notre Dame has been good all year. They lost one game. They've been good all year, but it just looked like they didn't belong. It looked like they were overmatched. They were overmatched, as most people would say. If you were a gambler, man, and you were to bet on a team to win this game based on what they did throughout the entirety of the season and based on the skill sets at the different positions and who had the upper hand, you would have bet with Ohio State. And it showed up tonight. They put enough space in between them when Notre Dame got the ball rolling where they didn't have enough time to come back.
Yeah, I thought they got conservative also. They just started running the football, trying to run the clock out, and they got away from the offense. And they allowed Notre Dame to gain some momentum. Right. Notre Dame did a good job of punching the ball out from the receiver. He picked up 24 yards, and the guy came from behind him and punched the football out. But I thought, look, the strong suit of Notre Dame is their defense. The strong suit of Ohio State is their offense. Now, could Notre Dame's offense do enough damage to Ohio State's defense? And I didn't think, once it got, I thought for me, once the guy got 14-17, I remember calling myself like, it's over. She's like, it's just 4. I say, but nah. I said, but you look at them, how they're just moving the ball down the field with little to no resistance.
Willingly.
So I was like, yeah, it's over. The next thing you know, it's 21-7, it's 28-7. And I thought it was about to be over, Ocho. I thought it was about to go to 35-7. They end up kicking a field goal. And Ohio State gets some momentum when they got the fumble. But Ohio State was the superior team. I always felt that if they played their best when the format was the 12 teams that were going to play for the national championship. Yes, I was like, if Ohio State plays their best, they're the best team in football because they got an offense that can with superior athletes, and they played $20 million for a roster. It was just a matter of were they going to play their best on a given day, because we've seen them struggle. This is a team that was a 3-touchdown favorite, lose at home to Michigan. And so if they played their best, I didn't think any team could beat them. Now, there are teams that have, got a really good defense, so-so offense, really good offense, so-so defense. I thought Texas was probably the closest thing to them, and we saw Texas take them down to the wire, then they get that strip sack, and they put some distance between them. But Ohio State, congratulations to Ryan Day. I mean, he caused a lot of criticism, and I think it was warranted. And then people don't want to just look at it like he won the national championship, but he's underachieved. with the players that he had on that roster,
yes, sir.
Those receivers that he sent to the NFL, those D linemen, those DBs, those offensive linemen, and now this is his first title. Can't take that away from him. He has it.
You can't take it away from him now. And you talk about all the players he's had, all the players that have gone into the draft, first round picks, second round picks. But you also have to remember the teams that he lost to, the teams that he's lost to, throughout those years, they also had first round picks. They also,
but they ain't have Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Olave and who is that? What's the Garrett Wilson and Denzel Ward and what's the other guy name?
And you see what you're doing too is you're naming players that played for Ohio State. Some of them not at the same time. Some of them did play together, but also the teams that they played that they lost to, they played well together as a team. Now I can't call out all the names of the players that played on the teams that they lost to in the past.
Yes,
Ryan Day was catching some of the flack that he had.
Yes,
right. So the teams that they did lose to, these weren't no slouches now. They would lose to some boys.
Back-to-back national champions in the Big Ten.
Yes, sir.
Michigan last year, this year Ohio State.
Yes, sir.
The Big Ten is feeling really good now. Like, okay, what's up, SEC? What's good?
Right.
What's really happening? But I mean, when you just look at them, Ocho, the athletes that they got at the skill position, the running backs. The wide receivers, Jeremiah Smith is going to be a top pick, just like Marvin Harrison Jr., just like all these other guys, all the other receivers that they've had, Olave and Garrett Wilson and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Go ahead.
I have a question. As polished as Jeremiah Smith is, as NFL ready as he looks, how soon can he come out in the draft?
He's a freshman. He can't come out until after his junior year.
Oh, so it's in junior year, no matter what.
No matter what.
Okay.
No matter what.
And just think about this. Look how he looked this year as a freshman. Imagine the improvement that's going to happen in the offseason and how you're going to look at the sophomore. I wouldn't be surprised unless a quarterback comes out of nowhere. Maybe Archie Manning would be the only one. Archie Manning is the only one I see rivaling him or giving him competition for that number one pick. Unless there's somebody else, maybe in the chat that you might know that's going to come along that I don't know about, obviously, that's going to be good enough to challenge Jeremiah Smith for that number one pick in 2027 or 2028?
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, Ocho.
Theoretically,
Archie Manning can come out next year. This would be his junior year.
What?
Yeah. Remember? He's a sophomore.
He is a sophomore. That's right.
So this would be his rising junior year.
Okay.
So theoretically, he could come out after this year. I'm not saying that he would. His uncle stayed all 4 years.
Right.
And obviously money is not the issue.
No.
And the thing is, for a lot of these guys are looking at it, the quicker I can come out, the quicker I can get to that second contract. That's going to be now $300 million.
Yeah, but you also have to be careful, especially at the quarterback position. I know you're Manning, but are you ready? Are you ready to be able to play at the next level? Have you been I like using the word polish, because you can tell at the collegiate level when a player is polished enough and already ready for the NFL level. Now, for Archie Manning, if you do come out early, you have to understand you're going to a team that's bad. Is the situation right? The team that happened to be picking first or second.
They can pull a power move.
Are you going to a situation that suits you? Where you can be okay, that has somewhat of a supporting cast where you can succeed. So many factors come into play.
At that point in time, Ocho, it doesn't matter if you're ready. Somebody's about to hand you $50 million and all of it's going to be fully guaranteed. And now you're one step closer to $300 million. That's what guys are looking at, Ocho, because all you do is kick the can down the road until you get to that big payday. Because quarterbacks, they're redoing their deal after that third year.
Yeah.
Everybody else normally waits to after the fourth year.
But you got to think about something, Unc. Quarterbacks that are in very good situations do their deals after the third year, like a C.J. Stroud, like a Jay. But look what happened to a Trey Lance, who also went early.
Yes,
kicking down the can down the road, and look, you went to a situation that wasn't suitable for you long term, and now you're the backup of the third string with the Cowboys. And
he got beat out. What you mean it wasn't suitable? Brock Purdy beat him out. I mean, he got Ocho. You mean to tell me you actually think Somebody will trade what they traded, 2 first rounders, a second and a third, and want a 7th round Mr. Irrelevant to take his spot.
Yeah.
Just imagine what would have happened if they don't take Brock Purdy and Trey Lance is their quarterback. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch would get fired. He saved their job.
Yeah.
No, you can't trade all that draft. Ocho, you can't trade all that draft capital.
Right.
Because if he doesn't pan out, you're stuck.
Yeah.
How do you rebuild if you've given away all your draft capital?
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think they moved too fast? Was he really that bad? Just think about it. If you remember, was he that bad?
Maybe Purdy was that good.
Now, no disrespect to Purdy.
Yes.
Look what's surrounding him. Come on now.
And guess what? Trey Lance had that surrounding him, and he couldn't make it work like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just curious. All right, we off topic.
Ocho, I can give you the same ingredients that I give Bobby Flay. I give Gordon Ramsay. I give one of these top-notch chefs. It don't matter. You can't make it work like they make it work.
Right. Purdy was a better fit. Purdy was a better fit. I don't think he's the better quarterback. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because listen, what we saw from Fields, I'm talking about Justin Fields. What we saw from Trey Lance, the small, very, very, very small sample size where Jerry Jones pulled that bull crap. He looked great. He looked good. He looked decent. He looked like a quarterback that can be at the helm and be a leader of men. So I'm thinking to myself, well, damn, if you run an offense like this and it ain't that bad, what was the problem down there in San Francisco?
I don't know, Ocho. I mean, like I said, I think the thing is, like, when you give up that kind of capital for a guy, you want him to succeed.
Yeah.
Because it makes you look bad. The only reason we're not talking about how big a mistake that was is because Brock Purdy has played so well. He's got him in 2 NFC championship games. He's taken him to the Super Bowl. So we forget what a colossal mistake drafting him and trading all that capital to get him was. Because had it not been for that, I'm not so sure they survived that. I don't know if a team can survive. You give up that much. Because think about it, to move up, you gave up your next year's first round pick. You gave up a 2nd round pick, a 3rd round pick. That's your future.
A lot, yeah.
And so you're hoping, we give that up. So what? We're going to be picking in the late 20s, maybe even 30, 31, 32, because we made a deep playoff run. But lo and behold, guess what? You give up that pick and look where you are. And so, it was really tough. And I think Brock Purdy really saved John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan's careers in San Francisco. Because if that doesn't pan out with Trey Lance, where do you go from there?
Yeah, it's tough.
It's going to be very interesting to see how the 49ers play this thing out, Ocho, because Brock Purdy's going to want $50 million.
No.
I'm just going to tell you what he wants. I'm not saying they're going to have to do something.
It ain't about what he wants. Now, if they're gonna do something, he can get like what Sam Darnold probably gonna get in Minnesota. I doubt.
Sam Darnold ain't never went to an NFC Championship game. Sam Darnold ain't never went to a Super Bowl. I know guys that have gotten $50 million and ain't never been to a Super Bowl.
I think he'll probably get somewhat of a Baker Mayfield type deal.
No, he gonna get more than Baker.
You have to understand the success on why Brock Purdy's been able to do what he's done so far to date. The supporting cast. Look what he has around him. Ayuk, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Jordan Mason, Deebo Samuels. Even management knows. I know when you talk to the agents, you can't be disrespectful. You have to understand, can Brock Purdy go somewhere else and elevate the team around him and elevate the players around him? Or does he have to have players that are good that elevate his play? There's a difference.
There are a lot of quarterbacks. There are not a lot of quarterbacks that are force multipliers that they can elevate everybody else. You believe Sam Darnold can go somewhere else and elevate somebody?
No, because he would have done it in Carolina or New York.
Okay, then.
So look what happens when you put him around Jettis, and
Addison,
Jordan Addison. Well, you see what you get. Obviously, they folded in the playoffs, but that's what happened. You have a great supporting cast around you, and that can be management's argument, that can be the GM's argument, and the agent and the quarterback has to be realistic. Where else can you go and play the way you played with us outside of this past season? Nowhere. Look how you played when everybody got hurt.
True. But back to this Ohio State. Ohio State definitely, Ryan Day definitely gets the monkey off his back, Ocho. Now, we'll see, can he string something together? It's gonna be it's much more difficult now, Ocho, to win because you got 12 teams and one game and it's over. They started out against Indiana, and then I think they started out with Indiana, and then they beat Oregon, then they beat Texas. So instead of winning 2 games, now you got to win 4. You got to win 4 games.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, it's a lot. Guess what? When you win, alumni and boosters, they want to pour money because they like that feeling. They like getting the gear, Ocho, with 2025 national champs.
Yeah.
That's what they like. And it says, okay, this is what it's going to take in order for us to stay up here. Because other teams, they're going to try to regroup. Georgia's like, I don't like this feeling. Your Alabamas, your Texas, I think if I'm not mistaken, Sark signed a new 7-year deal.
Yeah.
These teams, everybody is looking to come back. It's going to be interesting to see how Notre Dame plays this thing because, they had some success this year. I don't know how much they spend in the portal.
Yeah.
But it's going to come to a point in time, Ocho, you're going to have to, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's really that simple, Ocho. You got to do what you got to do.
You got to put your money where your mouth is.
You got to put your money where your mouth is. And these big time programs, they got $15, $20 million, $15, $20, $25 million. Hey, I need a quarterback. It's going to cost me $1 to $2 million. I need a top running back. That's going to cost me $400 to $600. Top flight receiver, $6 to $1 million. Hey, D linebacker. Hey, bro,
it's going to cost.
And you talking about an 18, 19-year-old Ocho that's going to have $600, $700, $1 million.
Out the gate. Out the gate. Talk about being able to secure your family, a head start in securing your family.
Yes.
A head start,
Mama, hey, damn them projects. We ain't in the projects no more. We ain't in Section 8 no more, Mama.
Yeah.
No, Mama, we about to get 3-4 bedrooms with a garage.
And it's so funny how the landscape of the NFL. It's so funny how the landscape of collegiate football has changed, especially for the Power 5 schools, especially when you have certain boosters that are willing to spend to ensure that you can win. Everything is pay to play.
Ocho,
it's pay to play, baby.
Leave that. They can leave that student athlete ish alone now. And that student athlete, this pay for play. These guys making money now.
Yeah.
All that the student athletes, and I'm going to get an education. Okay, that'll be nice. That'll be nice if you get that along the way.
Yeah. But it's something nice to fall back on. It's something nice to fall back on.
But hey, like this kid from Michigan, they got $12.5 million.
Hey, I have a question. Time out. Come on now. Are they exaggerating the numbers, or is it really 12? Is it really 10 to 12?
And he got some other perks too. Who is that? What's the guy at Oracle? Larry Ellison.
Yeah,
Larry Ellison's wife.
Yeah.
His wife went to Michigan, and so he chipped in. He's like, whatever it takes to get this kid, let's get him.
See, you see what happened when you have alumni like that? Now that's
he's the third. What is he? The third richest? I think he's the third richest man in the world with 220 billion. Yeah, man, what's $12 million to him?
Nothing.
So even if I did 10%, even if I did 5%, that's like $100,000. That's like $1,000 to me and you. 12 million to him is like $1,000 to you and I.
Right.
He ain't missing that.
Not a chance.
Because he wants to see his program or his wife program succeed. But this is where we are now, Ocho. This student athlete bull jive, it's never been that. It's always been that, but it was always hush hush. Okay, hey, I get you this Charger, this Challenger, this Scat Pack, this, this, what I'm saying?
Hey, what? The Scat Pack.
Hey, the Scat Pack, I get you this SRT8. I get you this Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? It was that going on. It was the backwood deals. All of a sudden, damn, y'all was just in the project with us. How y'all in this 3-bedroom cross town now?
Yeah.
Now everything is above the board.
Mm-hmm.
And there ain't no more challenges. Guys driving Ferraris and Lambo. You see what Shadur had?
Oh, but see, listen, you gotta be one of them now. You gotta be one of them.
Yes.
If you're one of them, you could already start your NFL career, and the image is if you've already made it, you got to be him.
Yes. So the top guys, they're gonna be getting $3-4 million a year. Arch Manning gonna be making $4-5 million. He probably done made $10-11 million, Ocho.
Already.
And hey, he come from Cooper. Cooper ain't Peyton and Eli, but they ain't hurting.
Nah, they ain't hurting at all.
You know what I'm saying? He's stashing all his money. Right. And I just hope the guys that are getting this money, they're getting very sound financial advice, because that's taxes. You're in that bracket. You make over $400,000, you in that bracket.
In that bracket,
hey. So in other words, you made $200,000. You didn't make $400,000, you made $200,000, because Uncle Sam want his cut. Uncle Sam, the only guy that don't go to work and get half your money.
Yeah, he don't play too. And if he don't get it, he gonna knock on your door down the line.
Oh, he gonna get it. It's just a matter of fact when he get it, because he already know what you got. Because they can see everything. Like, oh, you ain't got it like you used to have it, huh? Okay. Interest. Because they put that compound interest on your ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can't pay. And guess what? We're going to just put the interest on it until you do pay it all back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they owe you, they give you a little bit of interest. You owe them, they compound that interest.
Yeah.
So, but congratulations to the Buckeyes. You saw this. Bryce Harper was there. He's a big Ohio State fan, 2-time NL MVP. LeBron was there. A lot of the stars were out. It's kind of not my thing to go, because like I said, I don't really know anybody that's playing college football. I'm not a big, I like college football, but I mean, me going to a game, it's not like the NBA for me, Ocho. No. Now, like I said, if I had a friend, somebody had a son that's playing, okay, I go check it out. Yeah, I'm a root for him. Yeah.
Right. Tonight, I would have loved to go to the game. Obviously, I would have been able to watch Ryan Clark's son. I would have been able to watch him play. Actually being able to watch Jeremiah Smith, it would have been nice to watch him play. But just going to a game, experience the atmosphere, just to watch two players that I can watch at home on TV. I mean, I love
Coach Prime. If Colorado did a national championship game, I'd have went.
Oh yeah.
I'd just his butt.
Yeah.